I'll show you a couple different options in case we're trying to work the fire hydrant arm bar and our opponent turns his arm so that his wrist is pointing out towards your butt. So let's see what that looks like here, just to show him. Like I was saying, we're here, we take that arm away. Now before, his wrist was pointed out towards the head, right? So that's why I'm able to take that arm bar. But let's say he starts pointing his wrist towards my butt here like this, and now I'm not able to scoop that anymore, okay? So let's change our angle again this way. So as soon as he does that, I'll pinch my knees together and just put my knees on the floor here. My job is to make sure he's not able to pull this arm back out. I come underneath his armpit with my other hand and take his wrist away. Now, I take the blade of my hand, come under the chin, and I start crawling my hand up his back and curling my wrist behind his shoulder. From here, I'm just going to make a bicep muscle with my choking arm, and I use my head to push his head into the choke. Reaching through, crawling up, curl my wrist, use my head, and I curl my wrist, okay? If that doesn't work, I come through, I let go of his wrist, make my rear naked choke grips, and I finish here. Now the last move is going to be a pretty devastating one. We're using basically the full weight of our body and our front roll to force an omoplata. So same kind of situation where he's reaching out towards my butt, and I'm still sitting like we were before. Now instead of working the choke, I take my hand on this opposite side and I block his elbow. Now, this is gonna feel weird because everything is on one side right now. Make sure with everything you got, keep his elbow between your knees. Now from here, while keeping my legs, keeping my heels close to my butt, like I'm hamstring curling, I do a front roll. Okay, so again, while keeping my heels close to my butt, I do a front roll over my inside shoulder. As I do that, if I slam my feet to the floor, I'm going to rip his arm probably straight off of his body. All right, so go real easy. I roll, keep my heels close, and just stay on your knees when I roll this time, okay? Promise I won't hurt you, Al. All right, so we go here, and I start rolling, okay? Now you can see, as it is, the way his arm is caught in here, if I slam my feet to the ground right now, boom! It's gonna be a really, really, really bad day. So if you're rolling with, white belts and stuff, kind of protect them from themselves. All right, they may not know what's happening, but basically, in order for him to avoid breaking his shoulder, he'll also have to roll with me, and I'll show you how we finish from there. So I roll, and he rolls with me. Now, if I do nothing, it's like whoever sits up faster. All right. In order to prevent that from happening, I first want to just bring my inside arm across his face. Okay, so again, we're dealing with the body follows the head. So if I have this across the face, I'm going to be able to beat him to the punch and at least sitting up. As I sit up, I'll scoop my hips back towards his head. And you'll see that my inside leg is coming under my outside leg. Now my head side hand, that's just in push-up position next to his head. My other hand can actually grab some pants here if you like. I post my foot on the ground, keep this leg curled. If I straighten it out, I lose that arm. Keep it curled, pull it out, you can't. Post your foot on the floor so you can get your butt off of the ground, and then I hike this leg behind my back, almost like I'm going to get up in base. One more time. We're in turtle. Let's start with the beginning. We're in turtle. I take his arm away. Then he moves it. Sit on it. Move my outside or my inside hand to grab his elbow. As I roll, I keep my heels close to my butt. He'll have to roll with me in order to avoid getting hurt. Hand comes across the face. Start sitting up, scoot your hips back. Grab the pants, post your hand, post your foot. Butt comes off the ground. And then I act like I'm getting up in base to finish.